Eastern PA Weather Authority Meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for August 16th, 2016. For your Tuesday, we're going to have a warm front moving through the region this morning, and you can see that right here. Not going to have a lot of precipitation with it, but that's in association with this area of low pressure moving up through the Great Lakes, and this also has a cold front which is situated back here. Once this warm front moves off to the north, we're going to be warm sectored again, so that means we're back into this heat, oppressive heat and humidity. Good thing is it's only for a day, so once this cold front moves through, we go right back down to lower humidity values. So, but we're going to deal with it again today. Just some oppressive humidity coming in this area here in between. So that's all what's coming toward us once the warm front moves through. As we go a little bit further here now, there's a big discrepancy between the global models and the short-range models here. And I'll show you that in a second. Here is a look at Tuesday morning. You see all this activity here on the global models? This looks like some widespread showers. I don't see this occurring unless this front somehow gets hung up, but I don't think it's going to do that. Low pressure is moving off to the northeast, so it makes sense that the warm front's also moving northeast. So this nonsense down here, I don't see this occurring. But, you know, whatever. That's that model's showing that, and it indicates that later in the day, as the cold front approaches, cold front's still situated back here, and this model is, and here's our low pressure. This model is hoping that a prefrontal trough axis forms right out in front of this. Again, the cold front's back here, so that's not the cold front. There's a prefrontal trough axis that this model is trying to say is going to be out here. That's going to become the focus of these showers and thunderstorms. If that does in fact happen, you will have these showers and thunderstorms later in the day. High uncertainty though, because let's go over to the NAM high res future simulator radar, and we'll start off here at 3 a.m. This is your warm front moving through right across the region. This is what's left over from the storms in the overnight period that affected northern Delaware and extreme southeastern PA last evening. So this is what's left over from that. Moving forward from this point, really not much to talk about here. I mean, this is 6, 7, 8 a.m. Maybe an isolated shower along that front. So we'll keep it mostly cloudy in the morning. So it's not going to be abundant sunshine because you have a warm front moving off to the north. So you will be mostly cloudy to overcast, all right, to start off the day. Then once that front moves through, you clear out. Here's 11 a.m., 12, 1, 2, nothing's going on here. Here's 3, 4, 5, and nothing here. So this is the short range. This is the 4-kilometer NAM. This is not showing anything in our coverage area. Front way back to the west. Prefrontal trough axis is kind of like right here at this point, and there's nothing firing along this prefrontal trough axis at all, according to this model. Okay, so this is 5 p.m. now. We'll go ahead 6, 7, maybe some isolated stuff trying to get going here, but you see, this is a pretty lame in coverage. The stuff out here in western PA will become the focus, the main show here. All right, so you got this line that's going to move east here. Some showers and thunderstorms out in that area. We're now getting to midnight here. Still nothing in our coverage area. So I wouldn't get excited about any storms today. I know we're going to list it in our 40% chance. And that's a 40% chance to just giving the global models credit. And if it's right, it's right. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to show you both sides here. And really not, the NAM has not been thrilled at all. And I'm not thrilled. Well, the NAM's not thrilled. And it's really not. I mean, the NAM is one of those models that's really usually, if anything, it's overdone, not underdone. So nothing shown here at all. We'll re-examine this tomorrow and kind of update on the fly. With our My Pocket Meteorologist customers as needed, but man, I just don't see anything being too active. So in that case, if that is the case, you don't have all these showers and thunderstorms here, guess what? You're going well into the 90s again, and you're going to have the oppressive humidity in place that's just going to sit there, and it's just going to be just wonderful outside again. Wonderful. That's sarcasm. All right, so we go into Wednesday. This front finally clears. Looks like high pressure is nosing down a little bit, so you might have a dry day here. Going to leave an isolated chance for a late day storm, mainly for our western counties here on Wednesday. Not too thrilled with anything going on there either. And then we get into Thursday, same thing, very isolated chance for a storm in the far western counties. I don't think further east you get into much of anything or anything at all. And then we get into the weekend. You're mostly sunny here on Friday, mostly sunny here on Saturday. Sunday is going to be, depending on the timing of this front, we have a cold front that's going to come through here on Sunday at some point, whether that's going to be later in the day on Sunday or at Sunday evening or overnight. Either way, this front's going to come through and bring with it some showers and thunderstorms. So this model in particular is going to keep it a little bit slower, so it's going to come through, after midnight on Sunday night, which would keep the entire weekend dry if that's the case, and make Sunday just another partly cloudy, very warm day. Behind this front, though, however, there's some very cool air coming in, and I say this is a cool air mass because we're going to get to near to slightly below normal temperatures for a change. We're not going to have this oppressive humidity anymore once we get past Sunday. So I don't think it's going to be too bad after this, after today, really. It's going to go back down. If you were outside today, the humidity was a little on the high side. It wasn't oppressive. It wasn't ridiculous. And I think it's going to get into, once you get to the latter part of next week, or latter part of this week, I'm sorry. It's not going to be too bad. It'll be a little bit on the high side, but not oppressive. And then once we get to Sunday, it's going to be really refreshing once you get past this cold front on Sunday, and we get into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. Temperatures are going to be in the lower 80s, maybe even the someplace might not get out of the 70s up here in the Poconos. In the upper 70s, of course, but still 70s nonetheless. And we're going to be talking about lower humidity. Very, very refreshing air coming in behind this. That's something we have to look forward to as we get into next week. If you're not a fan of the heat and humidity, if you are a fan of the heat and humidity, you're still going to have that. Today's your day, and then after that, you're still going to have humidity that's going to be, I'd say, moderate. Okay, so you'll still have that in place, and temperatures will be above average until we get the second cold front come through here on Sunday. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich. That is your outlook for August 16th, 2016. Have a great Tuesday.